All right, we
Are we live?
live. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, Tease, what episode is this?
33.
33. Oh, it's Scottie Pippen episode. 33. All right, bet.
Yeah, 33.
So we back. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tease. She on the live stream. Listen, everybody, welcome to another episode of Some of This, Some of That Pod. Um, tonight's show is gonna be a little different. Obviously, we're going live on Facebook. We're going live on YouTube. But this is a show, Tease and I, we thought of, we have a little bit more interaction with people who want to know men's perspectives or men's point of views on relationships and a whole bunch of things. So we figured we'll let the ladies ask, these brothers some questions. First, let me introduce my good brother. Um, he is a USC Trojan fan, as y'all can see. He rapping it hard, and he a White Sox fan. But this is a brother who's very opinionated. He has a lot to say sometimes. So I think this is one of these topics that he gonna be good at. Greg, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Then we got my other homie. It's another brother, long time, been knowing him, man, since the '90s. My homeboy Jerry JB. We go way back, way back.
Way back.
He's
Yeah, y'all-
very opinionated. So this is gonna be good. Now, ladies, I just hope y'all ready. Get your popcorn, because some of these questions, Jerry gonna give you a real honest, raw answer. What up, JB?
What down with it, bro? What down?
Then I got my other brother. Now, this is a brother I've been knowing him now. I've been knowing him before he knew how to drive, but we go way back. He know my whole family. I know his whole family. But he's a very smart brother, very creative. He's going to be very opinionated, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say. Mike, what up?
What up, Mo? How you feeling, bro? What up, cuz?
I'm good, man.
What
I'm
up,
good.
cuz?
So Tease, you already know what to do. let's get these fireworks started.
I'm definitely gonna get the fireworks started. But before I get the fireworks started, I'm just gonna ask, how is the black man doing today? How's everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Okay. Okay. We gotta take turns. We gotta raise a mic or some shit. Or
Raise your hand. Yeah, everybody all good. So like Moses said, a lot of people sometimes, mostly ladies, send us questions that they don't want us to ask on the show. So we thought it'd be good for our first live session would be to just do with the fellas first and go ahead and just ask y'all the crazy stuff, not even the crazy stuff, the stuff that women be talking about in our group chats. And we want the questions that we want to know and hear from the horse's mouth, because we know we can make up some stuff, but we gonna let the brothers see y'all nodding your head. Well, we gonna kick it off with this first question someone has sent me, right? So this actually, just to give a little background, this piggyback on, I don't know if you guys saw a few weeks ago, it's another podcast, I don't know the name of it, but a guy was on there. They were talking about women, high earners, right? High earning women being, once you get to a certain state of finance, they were basically saying that women disqualify themselves in the pool, right? And so that's what he said. So on the flip side, just today I saw a meme that said black women are the only women that expect men to take care of them. So on behalf of the women delegation, we want to know, which one is it? Do y'all want us to work or y'all want us not to work? Because this new generation of dudes, it's conflicting. So what's the deal?
So we're gonna start with you first, Mike.
Shit. you don't work, you don't eat. That's how I'm going. I do absolutely believe it's a man's place to take care of a considerable amount of things within the household, but you don't work, you don't eat.
Mm-hmm. So you prefer a woman to work?
Absolutely. What else are you doing?
Okay. I got a follow-up question. What's we get to the rest of the brothers?
Hey, Greg, we're gonna go with you. What you think?
Man, it depends. I mean, in today's economy, yeah, you probably need to work. Otherwise, you might just be a burden, an unnecessary burden if you don't.
Okay.
But it also depends on if you want my preference, like where I am, what I'm bringing in and what I need her for, whether it be at home or if I do need financial help, or if it's just a team effort, So it really depends, man. Like I would say in this economy, you should most definitely have a two income streams in the house.
2 is better than 1, huh?
Always.
Okay.
Gotcha. JB, come on, man. What you got to say about this?
Okay, so it depends on where the man is, in my opinion. I think as men, we all, from little boys on up to adulthood, we have this idea that, we supposed to take care of shit. You know what I'm saying? Family, bills, house. But given each man's individual situation, they don't always work out like that.
True.
So in that respect, it's like, man, meet me where I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I'm making the money where you ain't got to work, then there's other things you can be doing to meet me halfway. If I ain't making that kind of money.
Like what, JB?
What you mean? When you say like what?
What other things can she be doing to meet you halfway?
Cleaners. I mean, so okay, I know where this is going. At least I feel like it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like if you want a traditional wife, then you got to be a traditional nigga.
Facts.
You can't expect a traditional wife and you ain't a traditional nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That just
So when you say traditional, JD, you talk about tradition where the man take care of everything and the woman, in a sense, stay at home.
You can't expect a traditional wife,
okay,
and you ain't a traditional nigga.
Okay,
right. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not gonna take care of everything and provide her with her own money to do what she wants to do with, then you can't expect traditional things.
I'm saying at that point is do they become a dependent? Like who am I taking care of? If I don't got no kids, it's. I'm gonna just throw a bombshell out there. I know we got to talk greasy on here, so I feel like a woman. If she don't work, she lazy. How much money I have? If she's not working, she's lazy. Maybe if she's going to school, trying to better herself and get a higher education for more money, then I can see it. But
what is she? But Mike, what if she wanted to be like? What if she? If she wanted to be traditional in that sense where she don't want to work because she wants to be she likes being domestic, more so domestic. So she likes to be at home. She don't mind doing the three meals a day, the cooking, the cleaning. She's that type of woman. So if she's a woman, you basically saying that's the woman that ain't your move.
I mean, it's only so much cleaning and cooking.
But that's a lot. I mean, it's. So but it's something that you're not doing though. She's taking that burden off of you. It's one less thing that you're doing.
I done been on both sides of that table.
Okay.
Greg, what you think, man? Jump in there because I know your wheels turning.
I just don't. I agree. Like if you're not working towards something, you are lazy. I mean, you really not doing.
So anything. Cooking is lazy.
Wait,
I mean, taking care of.
Hold on, Tease. Don't be that woman now.
Okay. You're right. I'm just asking what the women thinking. That's all.
You sure? Do you prefer to work?
Do I prefer to work?
Or do you prefer to be taken care of?
I prefer both.
It was an either or question, but okay, I
prefer. It's hard for me to answer that because I've been working since I was 14 years old. I've always worked, so I can't say that I don't know what that feels like to be taken care of because I've always taken care of myself. So I don't know.
So if what would you view any man that doesn't work or doesn't do anything like you would
a man
view him
that
as
doesn't
lazy,
work, doesn't
right?
do anything? Oh, he's a bum.
Whoa!
He's a bum.
Okay, so my computer froze for a little bit, so I missed what you said.
She said a man that doesn't work is a bum.
Yeah, unless like y'all was saying, unless it's something that's going on with him where he can't work, that's different. But
if I had a preference, she definitely worked.
Okay,
and I do. Like I said, I agree. If you're not working or you're not working towards something, you gotta be lazy. What else are you doing with your time besides waiting for me to come home and wait for me to pay for for things and wait for me to take care of you financially.
Well, what if there's something that you set up by design? And I'm saying that because it's like, okay, if you're making enough money, whatever that dollar amount is, and your significant other, wife, spouse, whatever, and family is taken care of, and she doesn't have to, that doesn't deem her lazy or a bum. It's just set up where she ain't got to do shit. And now, having been on the other side of that coin where I ain't had no money, and my significant other at the time was making a bag, I reciprocated that. Okay, bet you working every day. I'm dropping kids off. I'm doing laundry. I'm cooking. I'm cleaning. So it has,
I think that's fair.
It depends on the situation. Now, I'm gonna tell you where I think a lot of our, I'm gonna say me. I can't say our. I'm gonna say me. It's all about how how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? We all got mama, daddy issues, whether we want to admit it or not. We all got them. I grew up where my mama took care of everything by herself. So as I became my own man, any woman that didn't do that out the gate, I looked at sideways. Like, what you mean you can't take care of shit? But that's not the reality of my situation.
True.
So I had to separate the two.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a question in the chat, which from a couple questions and a couple statements. To piggyback off what
Can you see that?
about.
Can you see those questions?
I can see them. I can see it. Can y'all see them too?
It's on the Facebook Live.
You probably see it on Facebook
okay.
or
Facebook.
I ain't on
YouTube.
Facebook right now. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So one of the questions says, so are men intimidated by working women? Meaning her bag is bigger than yours?
No.
So why do we keep hearing that so much? Because I'm not making this up.
I'm gonna tell you, those are clown ass niggas.
It's only coming from insecure guys. I mean,
clown ass niggas.
If my lady got a bigger bag than me, show me what you're doing so I can match your bag.
Okay.
Hello.
Even if I can't get to it, like we straight. I'm bringing a bag and you got a bigger bag. Let's build. Shit.
Let's build. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna speak from experience. Before I got married, I was dating my wife. We was dating for 4 years before I got married. I got out of college. I couldn't find a job. She had a real good job. At that time, she was making $40,000 a year. So that was 2003. If y'all know, that was pretty good for a single woman, single person. So she making a lot of money. So for me, being the man I am, I ain't had no job. You know how hard it is for me to ask her to let me hold something so I can get a haircut. I want to go out. So for me, I had to look at myself and be like, hey, bro, get over yourself. You're not a bum, okay? You're not a bum. You just can't get to where you want right now. But she was always giving me money without me even asking. And for me, I was like, you know what? Let me get over myself. Let me move this pride. Yeah. She a good woman. It's not like she's taking care of me, but she knows I'm struggling. So let me help my man. I think there's a lot of dudes out here who get intimidated by women who make a lot of money. But let me throw this in here. Women, don't get mad at me, make a lot of money, but still act independent, and they still want a man. I think them are the dudes who be like, wait a minute, what do you need?
So explain that, bro. Break that down somewhat. What you mean?
I'm going to break it down. I think it's dudes that be like, what do you need me for if you still want to act independent, but you want me to be your man? If you don't let me do anything for you, what do you need me for? What do you need me for besides giving you pipe? Like what?
Maybe that's what if that's all she needs? What if that's all she needs?
But if you talking relationship, that can't be all you need.
I agree. I mean, for a healthy relationship, I agree.
So to piggyback off what you said, C's is one to me is one of them things where you got to learn how to reinvent it, and for guys it takes us a little bit longer. Okay, she making a more bag. She don't need you monetarily.
Okay, so is your manhood connected to the bag? Is that connected to your bag?
It shouldn't be, but society has allowed us to condition ourselves that that's what it's about. Because I ain't got no problem with being a stay-at-home dad. I swear to God, I take care of the kids, the crib, the cars. I mean, hold on, I don't fix it. I don't fix shit.
Hey, Greg, what you think about that? You would you be intimidated if your wife made more money than you?
No, and at a time in our relationship, she did, and it made me happy. And I'm gonna tell you why. before I met my wife, I was in a relationship where I felt like I was the main support system financially of the relationship, and it was it was a cool relationship. It didn't work out, but what I learned at in the in between time with like dating is just how how much of a commitment that is financially, and like all through my career since I started adulting, I've always had that financial burden. When I started dating my wife, it was all new to me. Like dating somebody that was making more money than I was, and didn't really need me to cover things. Like I did when I chose to, but it was cool. What it did was it allowed us to focus on things outside of money. You know what I mean? Things that were more important and more tangible in our relationship, and end up being the intangible things about our relationship that got us a lot closer and allowed us to focus more on that as opposed to, who's covering what, how much the other person make, who can buy who what. Like we did what we wanted to do, and we were able to focus on the things that weren't tied to money, man, and weren't tied to who made what. So there was no egos, there was no pride issue. It was just, let's just focus on what's important.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's a way to go about it too. Like that question. I'm not saying that the young lady that asked that question, this is where she came from, but most of the time that question stems from you throwing it over their head that you're making a bigger bag than them.
Okay.
And to me, your last name Teague, but what's your name, bro? On the screen to say Teague. What's your name?
Mike.
All right, Mike. So but to me, some of that stems from how society has put that on us, and we've just kind of for generations accepted it, and it has become like our doctrine. It's like, man, like I say, I've been on both sides. I graduated school. Shit, a year later, had a baby on the way and didn't have a job.
I think that's a myth too. Just piggybacking off what Mike said, I think it's kind of a myth that women who are working that's because you're working in quote unquote independent. It don't go all one in one that you automatically don't think you need a man and just I don't need no man. It's you want to be taken care of. That's what like. To go back to Greg's original question, is it what I prefer? If I'm honest, I probably would prefer that. I just don't know what that feels like. So it's just you just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't I don't know. It's just surprising to me in this day and age. I see that often that it's a problem with women that's taking care of themselves, and me I automatically think that she don't need nobody, and it's a turnoff. And I mean, I've heard people say literally that's a turnoff. That the woman is like that.
People got to get out of the 1960s, man. Like they got to leave. Like let those things go. Like all that money tied to your manhood, or all that I want to be taken care of, or I want that. Those were old traditions. Those traditions were convenient for
that time
era.
Yeah.
This is the economic era where those types of mentalities just don't work. And if you try to hold on to them, what will happen to you is you'll probably either end up unhappy or end up in a situation where, you're struggling and you really didn't need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to hang on to some type of tradition that's outdated, and, or you end up fragile. You know what I'm saying? Like if you a dude and you let your money define you, you let what your money, how much money you make, or making more than your wife or whatever. If you let all that really like get tied to your, how you feel about yourself, like that's stupid, man. That's outdated.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's a fine line because at the end of the day, we all need somebody. And
I think we operate better together.
And for me, the idea is to have your partner be that somebody,
right? Whether
it's financial, emotional, spiritual, whatever, to get you to your next level in life. But our generation, I don't know how old you two brothers are, but it's like, man, 35, 45 range, it was indoctrinated, man, be independent. Don't ask no, you don't need no help. Take care of your business, which is why divorce rates amongst our age category is high. Single parent rate high. Baby mama, baby daddy high. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because at the end of the day, it's like, man, fuck you, move around. I ain't got to be bothered with you.
That's how it is. But at
the end of the day, you go to another motherfucker and try to rebuild the same shit you just left.
This is true. But look, that's another question somebody asked us, which I'm glad you brought up age group, because somebody asked, this is a question I can segue to the next question. So one of the other questions that we received was, let me make sure I get to it. So guys y'all age, or just older men in general, in this current dating climate, are guys just afraid to be in love?
Okay.
I know two of y'all are in relations, you know, I mean,
you know what? Hold on, because I want Mike to answer this question first. I want Mike to come on with it. Lead off, Mike.
For me, no, absolutely not. I'm a relationship type nigga though, so
yeah,
I'm the wrong guy to ask. But I will say that the climate definitely hinders you from wanting to be at least seen in that light.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's so easy to get ass today. Like, it's so easy. All you got to do is send a DM.
Mm-hmm.
You could be in a relationship, married, on the verge of a you could be doing whatever. You get a DM saying, I want to come through.
And you out.
So no, I mean, for me, no, but I can see how the struggle would be like for a guy that ain't really ready to commit like that. Like, nah, I'm trying to seem like I ain't really on that. So let me not post you, or let me not bring you around my homies, so I can make sure I leave room for the extra ass. So I can see how it would be intimidating for sure.
But how does okay go? I mean, I remember that question. Y'all answer, because I had a follow up question.
JB, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you what I think some of it is. Maybe not all of it. Man, a lot of guys, and I'm saying our age group, not specific or anything like that, but we just don't know what it looked like. We don't know what that feel like.
Don't know what love feel like.
What being in love, or what in love looks like or feels like.
Okay. What is it that will prohibit, or why do you think you don't know what that feel like? Just because
it ain't glorified the way all the other shit glorified.
Okay.
So that's what young men are seeing as they grow up. And I'm gonna use a personal example. It's crazy that I'm having this conversation because I just started talking to a therapist, and some of this shit is kicking in right now.
That's good.
So,
that's dope, bro.
So it's like I have no recollection of my mom and dad ever being married. None. Okay. So as I grew, became an adult, became my own man, got kids of my own, like that whole being in love and what the male, or what that looks like, or what my daddy probably would have went through, or whomever's father would have went through with his wife or his lifelong partner or whatever. We don't know what it's like. So when by the time we technically, society call us grown at 18 or 21 or whatever, when we in that age group, niggas don't know what that feel to look like because we ain't had no solid examples. And then you turn to the TV, you turn to the media.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what that look like.
Yeah.
Trash. Yeah.
So it's like women come to the table, and I'm not saying every woman, but women come to the table with a certain view of what men should be what men should be doing. Well, hell, a lot of us just don't know, and we don't know how to express that. So to your point, Mike, we leave room for that. I ain't finna show you off. I ain't finna tell nobody. I really love this girl.
Yeah.
But shit, am I missing something? That old saying is the grass green on the other side. We don't ever know because we ain't had nobody really talk us through it, walk us through it, show us what it looked like, see what that grind is. And a lot of it is for me personally, but I know I ain't the only nigga out here, that then went through that. So it's like we find a good woman, and this shit foreign.
I get it.
Greg, jump in there, man.
Look, for a young guy, I just find it very difficult for them to see the value in falling in love at their age. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have like doing that like that comes to me. It sounds like it comes also with like committing to somebody because you feel that way for them. And for a young dude, let's say just a young average dude, got taking care of himself, playing the field. Why is it really that much more valuable to him for him to fall in love and commit as opposed to just being out here and experiencing life and being able to do whatever he wants with whoever he wants and all continue to reap the benefits of that? Why would he sacrifice that to commit to somebody at a younger age?
Yeah.
And even when you're older, even as you get older, it's still difficult. Maybe you're a little more wise when once you're in your 30s, mid 30s to your early 40s, but it's hard for me to go back into my mid 20s mind state and see the value in sacrificing what I could be doing out here for a commitment. It doesn't sync up to me. And
to me, that falls into what I was saying about the whole. We haven't been taught that. We're doing it by trial and error.
But is it really an error though? Like if you just choose to be out here, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like winning. That's
at a certain point, yeah. Okay, Tenfo. At a certain point, yeah, it's not trial and error. At a certain point, it's a conscious choice.
If you're getting what you want out of it, like
yeah, it's a conscious choice.
You're doing the right thing. That's what I'm saying. Like imagine like just being out here in your mid 20s and you got everything going for you. Why would you slow that pace down to
okay, I'm gonna use this.
But Greg, that's in your 20s. What about the 30s and 40s? Because this is
it depends. Like you could still be in that mind state in your 30s and your 40s, and it could be totally fun to you. And I don't see anything wrong with that. But like I said, it's hard for a guy.
You gotta be totally ready. Like your mindset has to be there. Like bottom line, look,
you gotta get tight. You gotta get out your system.
It's so much ass out here in the world. Like it's just so much. If you ain't there mentally, you're not gonna be in the.
I'm gonna use this to, like I say, this therapy session kicking in. Thank you, C's, and T's for inviting me to this because I'm gonna keep it short, but it's like I was that 25-year-old, 23-year-old, 22-year-old that had it.
Mm-hmm.
I was making $60K a year. Girlfriend, fiance, wife was making 60 plus K a year, and this in 03. House, crib, the whole kit and caboodle. To your point, Greg, I wasn't ready and didn't know it. But natural progression led us down that path. That went sour. And we try to say, okay, well, at 25, you should be ready for this. At 30, you should be ready for this. At 40, you should be ready for this. Everybody tries to, I'm not saying everybody, but we try to quantify where somebody should be at a certain age, and it's like everybody don't see that at the same time.
I'll get that.
That go back to Greg's point too. Like when he was saying you got to let go of those traditional values. Like that ain't where it is right now in 2022. Like you don't have to be at 9 times out of 10 you're not at where you want to be at that certain age. So
sure,
let go of that.
Well, like one of the ladies said, it's fine to do what you want to do. The problem is when guys start lying. And I start lying. Yeah, about
what?
So okay, so about what you really want out of the situation. Lying about.
Please provide an example for that, because
just that's simple. I mean, acting like you're dating with the purpose of wanting to see if this can be to a relationship when just like y'all just said, you ain't on that. You want your DMs right now, which is fine.
But you do have, as long as you're dating, as long as y'all interact with each other, you do have a relationship. Like there is a relationship that there's just no commitment.
Okay, well that's what I mean. Commitment. When you're acting as if, I'm serious about getting to know you as far as level of leading to a commitment when that ain't your move.
But A guy will be committed to that situation. Like whatever our situation is, whatever our arrangement is, I'm committed to that. If as long as that arrangement is making me happy and that arrangement has me in a good place, whether we, live together, whether we're exclusive or whether we just doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the commitment from a guy's perspective. Like y'all can't put y'all commitments or y'all mentality of what a commitment.
It's not even
us. That's
fine, but I'm talking about this is something that was communicated where you both discussed it. So it's not like, because that's why it's important to communicate, because my idea of what this looks like could be different. So upon
you talking about somebody who says I am committed to you exclusively, but really doesn't mean it.
Right. Yeah. If you have that conversation, that's the question.
So if you have that conversation that's saying, yeah, basically, Greg. So I meet this guy, and me and him, after a while, we decide it's just gonna be me and him. We're gonna be dating exclusively.
I got you. Remember at the beginning of the show, you said that we want y'all perspective because sometimes we women make things up.
Yeah. Remember hey, listen, I keep it real. I tell dudes, listen, you gonna tell me I'm gonna make some shit up. I'm very good at it.
I just want you to hold on to that thought and that statement that you made at the beginning.
You're right.
Because I think that what happens is women start making things up that they believe us to mean when we don't really mean it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
give me an example.
If I say that, if I'm a young man in my early 20s, and I say that, I'm focused on you, that doesn't mean that I'm committed to you. Let's say we have that conversation and we're dating and we're sleeping together or whatever, and she in her mind wants an exclusive commitment, but does not specifically ask for that. Instead, we'll roundabout have the conversation. And the guy will say something in so many words where maybe I am focused on you, and y'all interpret it as we're committing to you exclusively. And then when you find out that we're not, then we're lying or we're liars. That's why I'm saying that sometimes you got to be really specific about what you mean and what you're asking for when you're having these conversations with men, because we're very literal. You know what I mean? And sometimes women will take something that we say and make it more than what it actually is, because they're not thinking literally or rationally all the time, or even specifically where they're communicating these things to us, and they're taking what we say about either a sexual relationship or just a fling or dating or whatever, and they're making it, as we're committing to you exclusively, or we're proposing, or we're married to you or something. And then when you find out that that's not really the case, then we're the liars, when really it's just miscommunication and bad articulation of being specific about what you want. That's all it is.
Two things. The first thing, I just saw a comment. She said sex changes everything. Don't let me forget that. The first thing is niggas just be scared to lose their girl, bro. It just like
I didn't even lose that girl, lose they
they just be scared. If you straight up from the jump, like, this is where I am in life. I want to fuck with you, but I'm not ready to move to the next level with you. 9 times out of 10, the lady that you messing with, that's probably what they want too. Like, they ain't really forcing us into a relationship most of the time, but if niggas like go along with it, obviously y'all gonna form into some type of relationship. And if that communication ain't there, then you're gonna find yourself into something that you weren't really ready for. And then the second point, she said sex changes everything for y'all, for women. It don't.
So what you mean, Mike? So it changes. So it don't make a difference to y'all.
Nah, not for guys.
So let me chime in.
I'm about ready to fire on here, but go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So, y'all know the women throw tomatoes at y'all right now. We they throwing rocks and bricks at y'all right now.
but okay. So for me, what I have learned in my short years on this planet here is that there are men and women who operate the same in terms of the sex. To her question about the sex changes everything, or her statement that sex changes everything. I know women that move just like we do.
Yeah.
That's hands down like, man, I'm trying to get some ping. Boom, boom, boom. You got about 2 hours and I'm gone.
What you about to do?
Yeah, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
That's the line.
I know women who got a different nigga every day of the week for different purposes. No different than men do.
Yeah.
Man, I like her conversation, so I'm gonna take her out to eat or whatever. I know she nasty, man. Man, that you know, I mean, we have we not all been there as men?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure I ain't tripping. And so like you said, Mike, man, the communication is definitely important. However,
Okay.
even with that, what I have learned is that, you know, I can go out with you and have a great vibe, a great time, and da-da-da. But then I can turn around, a man can turn around and go do this shit with another chick.
Yeah.
Have another good vibe, good time. And so once you have started dating someone or messed around with someone, regardless of how we spend it, whether it's a situation, a fling, entanglement, marriage, whatever that is, there are going to be feelings attached to it.
Well, y'all just said it don't matter though. So
I have been able to compartmentalize it for a long time. It's like,
so at this age, it's different.
Yeah, because I can. Oh God, we on live. Yeah, so everybody's seeing this shit. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, like we all like the flips and tricks and, you know, the bad bodies and the big asses and all. Like men like that shit. That's, you know, that's what happens.
Yeah, you can't let
you ask yourself. As you get older, you ask yourself, is what I have worth losing over flips and tricks? Or a nice bag, or a nice crib, or a nice car, or gonna give me some bread when I ask for it, or gonna jump when I say move. You know, like you start asking yourself that. So then you realize your little black book, your little bat phone, whatever the fuck you want to call it in 2022, that gone by the wayside.
Isn't it unfair though? Like for anybody to believe that just because you have sex, that's supposed to change y'all entire relationship?
Greg, it happens every day, B. Every day, B.
But it's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, Greg. I agree with you. But it's a lot of women who
can y'all explain it?
Because a lot of women who feel like if I'm giving you some coochie every day of the week or 3 or 4 times a week, what are we?
Do they? So here's what.
Well, that's because women put more. You know, we value our bodies, and
we don't. And we don't.
I don't think you do. Honestly, I don't. I mean, I'm being honest. I don't think men value themselves sexually in the same way women do. I don't. Sorry.
Listen, we want to survive just like y'all want to survive.
Sex is a physical.
I'm not talking for men mostly. Yeah.
For man or woman, sex is a physical act.
It is a physical act, but most women, there is a unless you want it done, there is a certain attachment to it.
Yeah, and that's the unfair part of it because y'all put an emotional attachment on that.
We do, but okay, and the unfair part is too, Greg. Okay, so you say that's unfair for women, but if you know women are like that, then go to the women that don't care. Why go to the women that you know?
That's what we be thinking. You know what I'm saying? But then
you can't choose that.
You don't care, but then you flip out. So
you can't choose that. There's no woman on earth that says I'm that woman. Like
exactly.
You can't choose. No, but like JB said, he know. But y'all know some women. It's some women that get down how they get down, and they like listen. I'm moving how I move, and according to so many guys, there are so many women that do that. Why not play in that sandbox instead of playing in the sandbox with the women that are looking for commitment?
Because women have these unrealistic expectations, and they try to place them also on us, and we think logically and literal and rational when it comes to that stuff. Why would you make me have? Why would you want me to have the same emotional attachment you have to this physical act? Like that's not fair. Without discussing it with me first, without letting me know everything beforehand. Like that's just not fair. It's a physical act. It's like kissing somebody and then they married.
Man, listen. You know what? This the brothers talking, so I'm gonna let y'all get it out. Somebody asked, so what is it? Is it for the men? Is it the head, sex, or both?
It depends.
That make y'all lie. They ain't say that part. I said the lie part.
It's sneaky links out here who done turn into whole relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening.
It's happened. It depends.
It happens every day.
Yeah.
Stick to what you're good at.
Yeah.
But you know what I think?
Hey, if you a throat baby, stick to that. If you know you got good box, stick to that. Now, what you got to do is you got to figure out how can I use what I got to get the man I want. Because for some men, they'll just be gone off the head and be like, you know what, I'm finna marry you because they just gone. I mean, they out here. It's some men who be like, you know what, I'm finna marry her. I want to be with her because how she has sex with me. They completely are obliviated to whatever else goes on.
Yeah.
So it depends. It's every situation out here for everybody. Like Mike said earlier, ass is everywhere. Yeah. So it just depends on which.
Somebody out here for everybody.
It is.
I think women be hurt. Women be hurt because they have to take that ego shot when they have sex with a dude or they open themselves up in that way, and then we're not moved emotionally about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, right? What you just said, Greg. But in the situation where the woman is expressing, I'm probably feeling you too much. I know you ain't here. I'm gonna just bounce. Why do you continue to pursue that lady knowing that she's saying she wants something different?
Because that dude knows the relationship he has with that woman. He knows she's saying that shit now, but when she want her oil change, she gonna call me. And the dude know that, and that's why he does what he do. I'm gonna tell all women like this. And my sister know this because I've told her throughout the years. You want a nigga to stop messing with you? Close them legs.
Exactly.
Facts. So, which leads me to another question that we got. So, the question is, when getting to know women, why do guys lead with sex when you're just trying to get to know somebody?
It's a 2-person job. Okay, sex is a 2-person job. You can't just say the guy just did the sex. Like it's a 2-person job. So like,
no, not lead. Okay, so not so much the act.
If he led into that,
leading
she led into it too. Like she followed into it. Like
she
decided that
women know how to shoot the shot down. Women know how to shoot the shot down when they ain't on that. When a woman ain't on that, she shooting that shit down in the door.
Yeah.
She had to agree. She had to be on the same page. Like,
don't so she had to get. So you said that the woman is okay. So the lady just met a guy, and she feels like the conversation automatically turned sexual, like early on. You're saying that she did something to make him feel like he can say that?
No. Was the sex consensual?
They didn't have sex yet. She's just saying the conversation is leading with sex.
So I'm gonna tell you what that is then.
He's just trying to see.
I'm gonna tell you what that is. You only gonna entertain a conversation with somebody that you physically attracted to.
Okay.
Man or a woman. So now that we sitting down talking at the bar, at the office, in the mall, wherever you at, you entertain that conversation. Because if you look like my toes, you ain't talking to him. Period. You ain't gonna even say nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Mike, what you gotta say about that?
Am I lying?
Man,
are we talking to anybody that we not physically attracted to?
No.
The thing about it is what you gotta understand about guys, we're fucking hornballs. Like that's what we are. We're wired that way to have sex. That's just who we are. So
is that just society conditioning, or is that really, do y'all think that's the physical, scientific?
No, that's
scientifically,
that's how we wired.
Yeah, I saw it.
So if y'all want women to accept that, why can't you accept women in the emotional in how we are with our emotions? Then
we do. We do.
Okay.
How do we not? We do.
You don't.
We do.
But
you just gotta find the right set of emotions that you
the women
can
gonna
handle.
sound off on the next one. This to the guy. So y'all hear that?
Y'all just be making stuff up in y'all head. Like y'all just be making this thing like we just don't accept y'all. Like
so for me, it's one of the things you have to decide which emotional roller coaster works for you. You got. I'm a firm believer. You gotta know the motherfucker you fucking with.
Yeah, but you can't be. I get it, cause you can't be a clown like and just off the bat, like, you know what I'm saying, what the mouth doing, some shit like that.
right.
You know, ease your way into it.
Yeah, that's some clown shit. Yeah,
that's clown shit, right?
Yeah.
But you know, at the same time, like JB was saying, you know, from jump, I'm physically attracted to you, so that's a goal of mine. Whether it be in a day, a week, a month, or whatever it may be, I'm gonna let you know that that's what I'm trying to do.
So if the lady is just meeting a guy and she giving off the vibes, well, you know, I'm trying to hold off for a while, y'all will continue to you with that conversation or whatever you have with her. That's not going to hinder you from proceeding with her because she don't want to sleep with you in the first night.
no, I don't care about
If
that.
if you about that life, not at all, because ain't nobody hitting no home run every time.
Well, chances are you probably have something else lined up in case.
Anyway,
in case
right.
You got a roster. You got a roster. Most dudes got a roster.
Yeah.
Nobody care about that. See, y'all be thinking we care about that, but like it's not. That's really not that. It ain't that big of a deal, man. Like most dudes will have alternative, plans. Like that's our nature because we know what we want, so we gonna put ourselves in the best position to get it. You know what I'm saying? Or we gonna put ourselves in a position where if I can't get it this right here, I got a backup plan and I got maybe 2 or 3 other backup plans. That's how dudes in their 20s operate, and that's why they don't see the value in letting that type of lifestyle go to step aside and commit. Like we have everything planned out already in terms of what we want and how we want it.
So, Mike, I know you had to say something. After you say that, I got a follow-up question that goes into what Greg just said about the backup, right? So, one question a woman sent to us was, so she said, why do men get mad at you for doing the same thing they doing? So, in that sense, if the lady got a roster and she blow you off for a day or two or whatever, why does it seem like that men can't take that?
That's an insecure nigga. Because if I meet you at a bar and you don't know me from a can of paint and we exchanging and we vibing, and then I don't hear from you for a day or two, what the hell am I gonna get mad for? Because I clearly got something else to do too. If I don't.
That's a nigga that ain't got no chicks. Like if you got a roster, you ain't worried about that. I'm gonna get up with you.
Hey, Mike,
dudes can have a roster, and if dudes can have a roster, and you know for sure they got a roster, and they think it's their turn with you, and you be like it's ain't their turn, and they act stupid. I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, that's a nigga with a problem. I don't know. I mean,
a problem that ain't gonna do with me.
Right? Where these niggas from?
I don't know.
The streets.
Yeah, you gotta know it's different. It's different types of dudes out here.
It sure is, man.
But these ain't young dudes. These are men in their 30s and 40s, guys. I'm not talking about baby dudes.
No, you're right.
I'm talking about grown men.
And
this is not. We're not talking. We're talking. These are questions from grown ass women my age or a little bit younger, because this is what's happening for real. Like these is not play questions. This is stuff that's really happening.
Well, they need to start surrounding themselves around a totally different crowd, a caliber of man. Like that's what it all boils down to.
I want to know for myself. Where are the good guys? Where do women want to? Where should women go then to meet these better quality men that you know? That
Bro, you just need to have better. You need to have friends.
Been there, done
that. Have better friends. Like there's no place on the map where you find these guys. It's a real thing to birds of a feather. like good quality dudes gonna surround themselves mostly with other good quality dudes with high character, and dudes who don't have high character or dudes who ain't shit gonna surround themselves with a lot of dudes who aren't shit just like them. That's it's not a general. It's not me just generalizing, but I would say if that's your experience and that them the kind of dudes you meet, and then like change your set of friends and see how that works out, or decide, or put your time into people who are of high character and see who you end up meeting through them, because you never know. Like I got a lot of friends and I don't really fuck with people who ain't who ain't got it all up here. You know what I'm saying? So if you got friends like that, then you should be poaching them up from your friends. You know what I'm saying? There's no place on the map where you find these dudes, but I do believe it's a lot to the people you surround yourself with are going to end up linking you to people who are just like them, and if they not really high quality, high caliber character people, then them the guys you're gonna meet, because you're gonna be at the same functions, you're gonna go to the same the same types of events, y'all gonna have the same interests, and y'all gonna find people similar to that. And if you're not looking for that type of character, then you need to you gotta switch it up.
So I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Saying, Greg, then it's like, man, men and women alike, we gotta set our own set of boundaries.
Bingo.
I agree with that. If you don't like these type of niggas, whether you at the bar, the office, the law firm, the doctor's office, or whatever, when you see after 10, 15 minutes of a conversation and you see what type of person this is, man or a woman, then you go ahead and say, you know what, I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Like, what's your thoughts? And Moses, you jump in too.
I'm gonna sound out just like the other bros. Just kind of get out your comfort zone. I mean, if you picking from the same crop, you're gonna get the same result. So a lot of it with men and women in general, it's like I'm sticking to this same type of woman. Even if you start to talk to somebody and you be like, man, that remind me of her. Get up out of there, bro, because that's the same woman. Like, you gotta go totally left in order to get a different result.
Hey, y'all know as guys, like just think back to like when we were all single and we were out here, and you out here, you making friends. Guys, I don't care if I came up with you, I don't care if you my closest friend. Like if you that friend that don't get girls, you know what I'm saying, or don't attract women, like I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with you. You know what I'm saying? Like when I want to attract women, I'm gonna be like, you know what, hey, I'm gonna call my other homie who I know, in it, and like he know where to go, he know where the spot's at. Yeah. I want to hang with that when I'm in that kind of mood, when I'm trying to get that kind of attention. Like, and I feel like guys do it subconsciously because we already know, like who I need to hit up when I'm going out Friday night and I'm gonna be out in such and such neighborhood. Because if I want to have a good time, I know the friends that I'm gonna link up with that know how to have a good time and attract the kind of crowd I want to be around.
Yeah. And I feel like
women think that way. I think they just want to rinse and repeat with their same friends, every time they go out, and that's cool. But when you're trying to attract a certain type of person and they don't attract that kind of people, they don't attract them kind of people, what you think you're gonna end up with?
I don't think that's true, Greg, totally, because we got our set of friends too. I got my friends that's ratchet. I got my friends that's that's corporate all the time, and then
but it's about who they attract. You know what I'm saying? To their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter what they do for a living, or how they act, how they behave. Is what kind of people they attract.
And that's a learning curve that you cannot quantify. Because I got some 35, 40-year-old friends. And it's like, bro, I can't hang out with you because like I'm all for having a good time. But bro, we not going to the Fifi in somebody's garage at
Fifi
1 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm with the shits. I'm with a lot of shits. I am. But I ain't finna do that because I know what that's finna bring.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? But I also know that, like I said, and I think men and women, Tease, you said it, we all got our certain set of friends, to your point, Greg, where it's like, I know when I go with this group of friends, who I'm finna be around, what we finna attract. And I'm gonna use myself as an example. I don't like putting on clothes and looking nice for shit. I don't. Been that way my whole life. So unless somebody tell me we going somewhere to do something, I'm with a certain group of friends that we finna move around, then I clean up.
Gotcha.
But if I'm finna go to somebody's house to play cards and dominoes and watch the game, I don't give no fuck who there or what kind of crowd you got.
All right. So
and we got those pockets of friends that allow us to, to do that. When I want to go downtown and be fake bougie and act like I got some money that I don't have and all that shit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw my button up and maybe some slacks and some nice shoes. But if not, I'm wearing my jogging pants, a t-shirt, and a motherfucking cap or whatever the fuck I got on my head at the time, and I'm calling it wonderful.
Right.
And whoever in there, you gonna see me as it is.
Y'all just need to tell us where we can find spiritual thugs. That's what we really want. That's the truth.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to say one quick thing to Corey. Kentucky lost.
What?
Yes. St. Peter's beats number 2 Kentucky 85-79.
Yikes.
My bracket.
All y'all brackets.
Iowa. First it was Iowa, now it's
my bracket blowed up.
Hey, look, it's a question on the screen from one of the ladies too.
How do y'all feel about a woman approaching y'all? Oh, I like that shit. Come get me.
Hey, I'm married. I married the last woman that approached me. I married her.
Come get me.
Okay.
You know what I'm
hey, look, I think here's my viewpoint on that. Here's my viewpoint on that. That whole women approaching a man, that shit is archaic. Okay, this isn't the caveman days. Like nowadays, women can see somebody they like, and if you sit around and try to wait for this dude to say something to you, he might not even say nothing because maybe he's not even on that, or maybe he don't think he attractive, or maybe he don't think he's on your radar. So there's nothing wrong with that. We can't sit back and be like, well, I'm a woman and a man got to approach me. I ain't approaching no man. A lot of women miss their beat or probably miss out on the best man that they could ever have with that mentality. Get out of that 1950s, 60s mentality.
I'm gonna tell you,
if you see a guy you want to date, or if you see a guy you want to talk to, go approach him. You ain't got to say, hey, how you doing? I bet you want to see what this pussy up to. You ain't got to do that. You could approach him and be like, hey, how you doing? I saw you from over there. You very nice looking young man. I would like to get to know you. And keep it like that. It's just like that.
Bro, the women who do that are so happy. You know what I'm saying? Like the women who do that, they be so
right,
happy.
Greg.
They get what they want because they go after it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about it being shy dudes or whatever. He may not have noticed until you approached him. And I'm like, now he didn't. Okay, now he noticing. Now he's seeing that, oh man, you're an interesting person. I wouldn't have known unless you came to talk to me about it. Like, you don't got to ask me on a date, but like if you approach me and like make conversation, like that's cool. That's breaking the ice. That's the 21st century.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Women cannot be afraid to shoot their shot. Because I'm gonna tell you, one of the healthiest relationships I ever had, me and a young lady had exchanged numbers probably a year or so prior to. Out the blue, I got a text. I got that text.
The text Mike said earlier. Come through.
I got that text, and the shit was great. Like phenomenal. Like no arguments, no drama. We met each other where we was, all of that. And so it's very possible, like you said, C's, a motherfucker will miss their beat because you waiting on them. Most time, and I'm gonna speak for myself. When I go out by myself, or when I was out by myself like that, I go by myself. I really ain't on that necessarily. If it comes my way, I jump on it. But most times we out just to kind of have a beer, have a couple cocktails, see some ass, see some titties, see some pretty faces, and And we going back to what we already got lined up.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that vein where it's y'all.
Wait, Tease. I want to hear Mike. I want to hear what Mike got to say.
I'm sorry,
on that.
Mike.
Oh no, bring it. Come on, bring it. I'm not even messing with you if you scary. What you scared for? Why you scared? Like,
yeah.
You gotta be a confident woman to do that too. And men love confidence. Like you confident, that means you secure, you confident, and you are not afraid, of anything. Like you already checking boxes by doing that.
Man,
so that was my next question, Greg. Greg, we here today.
No, we not. No, we not.
Because Greg always mean to me.
Talking about you.
Greg always mean to me, y'all.
I'm a little dark. Like, don't.
You are not dark. Like, you're definitely representing for Team Drake today.
You're not dark at all. It's faux white. It's faux dark skin people.
Yes, he's definitely represented for the light skin delegation tonight. Like, Greg, just.
I fucks with you, bro, but you're not dark.
Hey, we have to get the demographic.
He be using these dark.
We have to get a light skin member delegation in there.
Hey, y'all gotta see me and Latish chat and how anytime we on IG and I put the muscle or I put the fist or whatever, it's with the darker skin because I want people to know, hey, look, don't get it twisted. Like this, you know who it is coming right here. If you be the first one talking about you using the wrong emoji. Like, you use the Cambodian emoji.
You say Cambodia?
I'm just keeping you honest, Greg. Just keeping you honest. But I wanted to piggyback off what y'all was saying about that being a turn on. So what's some instant turnoffs, that women do or don't do? What's some instant turnoffs for guys? So just for you personally. Sure.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Don't be the loudest person in the room when it's a room full of dudes.
Okay, give me expound, elaborate.
Meaning if we having a conversation, I don't need you to act like you one of the guys.
Okay.
All my brothers in here know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you can have a voice, you can have an opinion, but don't overtalk me, don't loud talk me, and don't act like we finna be in here shaking up with the guys. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. Who wanna go next?
So the question is, what's an instant turn off? Like, what's a turn off?
Yeah, no, turn off. And I got another follow-up question from somebody in the chat once y'all do it.
Okay, for me, if we can't have a variety of conversation, if we can't go from talking about Ukraine to the hookers on Roosevelt and Cicero, if we can't have that range of conversation,
okay,
that means you limited.
Okay. All right.
And
Mike, what's up though?
I can't stand reality TV conversations either.
That's not fair. But okay.
What Kim?
Two things. First thing is wash your mouth. Wash your mouth out. When you come up to me in the club, you're like,
wash your mouth.
The second thing is don't instantly start talking about bread, like how much bread you make. That's a red flag to a brother.
Okay.
Yeah. Indeed.
All right, Greg, what about you?
My instant turn off. We at the end of the date, and that bill come, and if I say you gotta, let's split. If I tell the way to split it down in half, and if I in my peripherals see you like have an attitude or like scrunch your face up,
you trying, bro.
Instant turn off. You got it. Oh.
Okay. So Greg. So on first dates, you think women should go? So it should be Dutch.
I think if it's asked, it should be accepted. If it's not asked, then fine, go with the flow. But don't have a problem if the question comes up or if the bill comes out split. Like
so y'all don't think that men automatically pay for that date?
Not at all. So I'm gonna tell you my stance. I hear you, Greg. My thing, whoever asks to go out, that means you should be assuming the cost. So if I ask to take you out, Cheese, that means I'm willing to cover whatever we doing.
Okay.
If I'm at the crib chilling and then you call me and say, JB, man, let's go grab a drink. I'm gonna go on some shit. This what
it's on you.
This you wanted this because I was at the crib chilling.
Yeah.
I was minding my business.
Right.
Okay. That's fair.
And then to your point, Greg, I hear you. If we, maybe early on conversations or what have you, don't just automatically assume that I'm gonna pay.
But it's more so like don't be ungrateful. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
too.
and that's the thing. Like,
what you mean? Like ungrateful in what way?
Entitled, like ungrateful. Like you got a problem paying, but like I planned this date. I picked you up. You know what I'm saying? I probably got plans after the date. I probably got like an after, something nice planned. Like I'm putting all this effort in, and just because the bill come out split, you gotta have an attitude.
I got a serious attitude, and I'm texting my friends like, y'all can't believe this mother up in here and told me to.
And you know what I'm gonna be? You gonna go home and complain to your friends about that, and I'm gonna go home happy.
And that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
And you the only one that's gonna be mad, not me. I'm gonna be cool.
Fine. You just be like off my list. That's all.
And if since you had the attitude, you off mine. Like everything is balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like
my thing is at least even if I invite you out, my turn off would be if you don't offer anything. The tip, okay, I got 10 on it, 20 on it. If you don't offer on our first date, then I'm looking at you sideways.
So y'all don't believe in so I know
I don't know if I agree with my bros. I mean, I think you should always assume it, no matter who asks who, no matter where y'all going, what y'all doing, you should always assume it. Now, if it comes a time where the lady that you with just offers to pay, and don't decline it, but you should 9 times out of 10 go out with the assumption that I'm finna foot the bill.
I have to agree with my brother Mike because I kind of grew up. My old man kind of, like he kind of told me, "Hey man, don't go nowhere if you ain't got no money." So when I call myself having a little girlfriend when I was younger, I literally would pay for her. Like if we went somewhere, I paid for it, and it continues now. Even with my wife, it's just like I don't know. I guess I'm wired different. I just feel like if we on a date, I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pay for it. But I guess it's different now. I don't know.
No,
it is different now.
I agree 100%. C's and Mike, I agree. If I'm going out, I'm willing. I have the bread to cover the whole thing. Mm-hmm. However, date 1, date 2, maybe date 3. I'm specifically date 1. I know in my mind, okay, we going so-and-so restaurant, bar, whatever. The bill should roughly be $200. So I got $200, $250, $300 to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't date 1, if you don't even offer to leave a tip or say, man, here goes something on it, that's a turnoff. To your point,
JB be testing the waters.
I'm not going out. I'm not going to go out and not have enough to cover it.
I think most women do that too. I mean, I think most women of a certain age, you kind of, you in the back of your mind, you can take care of yourself if you had to. It's just that goes back to, I guess, a more traditional thinking, like Corey was saying, in that just in that aspect when it comes to dating, not so much when you get together with somebody and like y'all was saying about splitting stuff and just having 2 incomes. That's totally different. But I think a lot of women still want to be courted, and I think that's something that doesn't happen a lot now. I don't think the courting process is something that happens though.
And the courting process has definitely changed. Like I say, I'm not
very much.
If I'm dating or if I'm single and doing what I do, I'm not inviting or accepting the invite nowhere without enough to cover where we going. Yeah. I'm just not. Like I
want to chime in. one just real quick, because like I just want to put this out there. Just because you're asked to cover, or just because the bill is asked to be split, doesn't mean one person or the other can't cover it. You know what I'm saying?
I know that. I know that.
Everybody,
I think it's just the principle.
To financially cover whatever they end up deciding to do.
Yeah.
I just believe that randomly, like if someone asks you to contribute to your good time,
right?
I don't feel like it's
that's wrong at all.
Not like to have an attitude about it. Like
that's not wrong.
If you having a good time, contribute to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't have a problem with it.
Because I think in this situation, two things can be true. So his perspective can be true, and your perspective can be true, JB. It just depends on you. Like, just for me, I always feel like if I'm on a date, I'm gonna have enough to cover it, and I'm just gonna cover it. But I don't think nobody's wrong here. To me,
yeah.
Greg, I'm putting that in my notes right now. Contribute to your good time.
Hey, I like that. Hey, Tease, that's working title number 1 for the show tonight. Contribute to your good time. That's what we're gonna talk about.
And there is no right or wrong. It's really about perspective, communication. Some of all the things we have talked about. There is no right or wrong. Yeah. But it's like, because like I said, I'm not gonna go out on a date and not have enough to cover whoever I'm with. I'm just not.
Yeah. I mean, I think women. I
feel like women should do that too, because you may come across the sites. I done heard war stories.
Me too. And that's what for that reason. That's why I think women are. This myth that women go on dates to eat, as if we don't work every day and pay our.
That's a myth.
You going to New York City?
Y'all do go out to eat. Yes, y'all do.
I mean, going on dates for the purpose of just so you can feed me. Yes. I can't feed myself.
Yes.
So we're going on dates just because we can't buy our own.
Every woman has somebody in their phone that they can call that they know is gonna feed them.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Every woman has a nigga in their phone that they can call that they know gonna take them out to a good meal, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not
the same thing.
And they live off that free meal shit.
Yes.
You know, that
where y'all getting these people from? Because I mean, every woman I know has good jobs.
So Tease, you telling me right now, you ain't got nobody in your phone that you can call that's gonna take you to McCormick and Smith's.
I didn't say that.
Nothing else.
I didn't say that, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that's not.
Get my water bottle.
That's not the real reason.
You drinking water seeds? What you want? You want to die or something?
Seems like you got
a for this whole week. Yeah.
Okay, Tiffo, I got my red cup for you then, bro.
Okay. I got a couple more questions for y'all, and then I let y'all.
We got one that's coming through, T. So
that's what I just saw. Men, how important? I put it on the screen. Y'all can see it for yourself. Y'all see that? Men, how important is sex / head? Do y'all feel some kind of way if y'all have to ask for sex or head? Should the woman initiate sex as well?
Can I chime in?
Yep.
Go ahead, JD.
All right. So, sex is very essential. Period. And all like sex, head, that's essential. We can knock that up, but I do love a woman that initiates it. You ain't got to initiate it all the time, but don't make me be the one seeming like a perv when you want this dick just as much as I want the pussy.
Okay.
Like, don't make me seem like the perv. I got to be the one to say, put on some clothes and set the mood, or sometimes you might want a little quickie. Don't let me be the one having to always initiate it. I love a woman that say, man, I just want to put my dick in your mouth today.
Oh, okay.
Am I lying, fellas?
Embrace
your quick. Hey, this is some of that podcast. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Follow us on our IG page.
Yeah.
You're right, JB.
Okay.
On that, JB.
I mean, because I'm going to do my part. As we have all agreed, men are pervs and horn dogs. So we going to do it most of the time. But that other 30%, send me that nude at work. Like, man, come home on your lunch break.
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay, Greg, what's your thought?
Yes to all those questions. It's important. Yeah, I feel some kind of way if I gotta ask, and yeah, she should initiate. Like, what's the problem?
Right.
I know these are questions, but these
All of
aren't
the above.
solving. Like these are like common sense.
A, B, C, D, E, and F. All of the above.
But the question is, how important is it? So yeah, we know it is, but is it how important does it matter if a woman don't do that? Is that a deal breaker for y'all? Like where you can't deal with her because she may not have as full of a sexual appetite as you?
I mean, define that though. That's a sliding scale. Like,
is this an either or question?
Well, the question said, men, how important is sex/head?
It depends on what else the first question. To the table. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's not like the biggest thing you bring to the table is that. So like, you know, you gotta really be compensating in other areas for that. Seriously.
Wow. I cannot wait
like,
till we have ladies.
You better be a billionaire. You know, if I gotta like seriously, like it depends on how much the scale is balanced in terms of everything else you bring in. And the thing is, that's like high density weight on this side of the scale. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna outweigh almost everything. So yeah, hell yeah, that shit is important.
It's extremely, like, understand this. It is extremely important to the male species.
It is.
So is it 100% of the time that men be on that? No. But if I'm on that 70% of the time, that other 30%, I need you to help. I need you to meet that.
Remember the first question? Remember the very first question? Why would a younger guy not commit? Or why would he not?
It wasn't a younger guy. The question was older. What's wrong with the older?
Okay, so back to the first question. Why wouldn't a man commit?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he do that? Because that sex weighs so much in our decision.
So
how much? So
it means so
that
much
goes back to the young lady's question.
Who's this young lady?
What the question is, how important is? I mean, if one breath sex don't matter, it doesn't make a difference. It's when you're I'm not saying that's not your defining of if you want to be with the lady. Didn't y'all say that? Because y'all can get it from anybody. Didn't y'all say that?
Wait. Don't twist it up. Hold on, Greg. I want to hold on before. Let's rewind. First, Mike, go ahead and give you your thoughts on the question, and then Greg, we're gonna get back to you.
A, B, C, D, E, F, all of the above. Like, yes, everything is important. Everything is important. Is sex important? Absolutely. Do I want a woman to initiate it? For sure. And what was the third one?
That was.
You feel some kind of way if you got to.
You feel some kind of way if you got to ask all the time.
If you got to ask for it.
Absolutely. Yes, and yes.
Okay.
What are we doing here? Who are we? Why are we together? If I have to answer those questions, like,
okay,
I'm raising
my hand. It don't even make sense.
Hold on, JB. Hold your thought.
It don't even make sense. It's just who. I want to know what was the reason behind the question. Like, who doesn't think that's important? Even from a woman's perspective, like, that's important.
Okay.
Go ahead, Greg. Bring back your point.
Yeah, like the very first question you asked us, well, not the very first, but that question was about how important it is on the first date, not how important it is to men. It is very important to us, but it's not exactly all that important on the first date because you'll probably have something else lined up. But if we are committed in a relationship with just you, that is highly important to us.
So the piggyback question is, so in deciding to be committed to someone, how important is that? Is that the only thing? Is that the most important thing? Which was another question that came through the chat. Is that the most important thing?
One of them.
Okay.
JB, go ahead.
Men are physical beings.
We know that.
So with that being said, you have to find the man, the woman has to find the man, or the man has to find the woman that matches their sexual energy. So if I'm a horn dog and you a none, that shit ain't gonna work.
Okay. So with that saying, with what I hear as a lady when y'all say that stuff, so if we can apply that logic to sexual things, why don't we apply that to same way to women and how our nature is? Why don't we get that same leeway?
You can't.
Why don't you give women that same leeway that y'all want women to give you?
In what way don't we?
I think we kind of get not crucified, but you know, when it comes to emotional things, guys just automatically tap out to we're physical beings. We're not emotion. We don't deal with emotion, and that's it, and that's okay, and that's just how we are. Don't try to meet women where we are. We don't. I don't feel like that happens enough.
That's gonna forever be a clash, and we kind of touched on that earlier, where women that young woman said sex changes everything, and it's like y'all. It's unfair for y'all to take a physical thing, if in the literal sense, a physical action, and place an emotional attachment on it. And
what about outside of sex? What if it's just not sex? Period. What if you're not having sex?
Well, isn't it? But it's the same principle, though, right? It's that you're saying that men should treat women in the same way and accepting that they attach their emotions to everything.
To a lot of things.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's unfair to have that expectation. Like,
okay,
you gotta find who accepts you and who accept that and go after that. Because
I agree.
we find that who accept how we are.
Y'all think that, but okay.
Let me jump back to the question, because this is for you, Mike. Mike has said, okay, you know, it should be important. Like if we're in a relationship, this should be important. No, sex, head, whatever, with all that. The thing is, here's the thing. There's this false sense in the world that when you get married or be in a relationship, you're supposed to take your woman to Pound Town every day, 2 or 3 times a day for 365 days of the week. That's just not realistic in relationships, unless you and the person you with are that sexual. Like, if I'm not talking about nympho-like, but I mean like if y'all are that sexual beings, then yeah, you may want 2 or 3 times a day from those significant other. But everyday life people, that's impossible, number one, if they have a career. Number two, some people over time, if you keep doing that over and over, what are you going to do to switch it up to make him or her want you? Because it's easy to listen. Let's just keep it a buck. It's easy to have sex. Like, come on. Intercourse is easy. But what are you going to do each time to make it different? Like JB said, sometimes you may want quickies, but sometimes you may not get a chance to do a quickie. Sometimes you literally may have to tell her, look, when I come home, I need you to wear this. I need you to wear this. Like, hey, my wife got pink and green wigs. I need her to look like Lil' Kim sometimes. I need her to look like Nicki Minaj sometimes. I'm going to keep it 100. You can't sit there and say, well, I got to have it every day. No, that's not being realistic. But I think in the beginning, and what we should be doing is dating, you should find out if you're compatible sexually with the person who you really, really care about. And sometimes, again, that could be a deal breaker for others. That's just the honest to God truth.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying, C's, is 100. And also we have to realize that those wants, those desires change as we get older.
Yes.
For sure.
Because look, to add on that, and I tell Tease this all the time, men change physically, okay? I'm not screwing like I used to screw at 21. I'm not afraid to say that. When I get 50 and 60 and 70, I want my wife to love me. Yeah. I don't want her to be like, well, this nigga can't screw me no more shit. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. No, I want her to like me and love me, because at some point we can't screw like we used to.
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
That's what it is.
Line. And so you can't base it on just sexual. Like, if you was to ask me, is sex important to me? If you would ask me that at 21, I'd be like, it's important to me as the air is important to me. Goddamn it. That's what I would say.
Fact.
At 42, it may not. It's probably not number one right now.
It ain't number one for me.
Number one, it ain't number one right now. You know what's important to me right now? Loyalty. That's number one to me right now. Sex still the top 3. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying, but ask me that 20 years from now when I'm 67, I might be like, sex, shit.
What that gas station pill at?
I'm just hoping I can walk when I get out this motherfucking bed. I mean, I'm just saying, I just think it's different for different people. I don't knock nobody. If you're in a relationship and that's what you want to do when you and your partner, that's great. But let's be realistic. What you do don't make me shit. It's the same thing with music or sports. What you like, I don't like. It's just different. That's all.
Okay. I got 2 more questions and then I'll let y'all wrap it up. All right. So this is a question I was trying to ask y'all before. But one question was, after I said what was the turnoffs, instant turnoffs, someone asked what are some instant turn-ons outside of conversation, outside of a woman approaching you. What's an instant turn-on?
Style.
Mike, go ahead, Mike.
Style. You gotta be fly. You gotta have some type of confidence about yourself. I mean, you gotta wear your garments a certain way. You gotta walk.
Wear your garments.
No slips, Steve. Ain't talking about slips.
60 years old. You say wear your garments?
You gotta wear your garments a certain way.
I can't.
You gotta be confident and fly. Like, don't approach me if you ain't got your shit together. If I can't eyeball you, be like, yeah, she a fly ass nigga. Like, I don't approach me. I'm not interested. Because now I gotta turn you into something that I want, and you not that. So
okay, Timbo, that's
okay. What's the instant turn on, JB?
You know what? Proportion. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for proportion because, and I know it sound wild. It sound wild, but proportion. You can't be 5'7", 110.
Okay.
Call yourself the baddest bitch. You can't. But you can't be 5'1" and 160 and call yourself the baddest bitch.
Why she can't though?
I mean, she can.
That's just not your preference.
That's her prerogative. That's her prerogative. She can. But that's why I said, for me, proportion. Everything else, your personality for me. This is for me. Okay. Your personality, I can work around.
Okay.
Because everybody ain't going to be the baddest physical specimen. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't going to be the most had the most personality.
Yeah. All that's subjective too.
If you can have a combination of proportion and personality for me, you winning.
Okay, Greg, what's yours?
You gotta be smart, man. Cause I'm smart.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I can't talk to I can't do nothing with nothing stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just impossible, bro. Like, I don't like having stupid ass conversations.
Just the intellect. Okay. All right, Moses. When you was in those streets, what was your instant turn on?
Shit, when I was in them streets, she had to be thick. Shit.
Yes.
Shit. I mean, I'm just going, she had to be thick. Listen, it was a time I didn't care if she looked like what's the old girl and big girl, the one I always talk about, Tease.
Lizzo?
Yeah, she looked like Lizzo on the face, but she was thick. Hey, man.
Okay. Lizzo was pretty.
Subjectively. But anyway, listen, she had to be thick. She had to be thick.
So was the question what's the instant turn off to us or just
turn on? It was a follow up to turn off. What was the outside of like a woman approaching you? What would be like an instant turn on?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I went a whole different route. I'm sorry. For me, the range of conversation.
Okay. To the range of conversation. Okay. All right.
We can talk about everything. Then okay, that's something worth.
Okay.
Something worth pursuing.
Okay. Well,
But if I'm trying to date her, like if I was trying to like date her, she gotta be somewhat intellectual.
There's a lot more to it if I'm trying to date.
Yeah, if I'm trying to date her, she gotta be somewhat
Right.
That's why Tease, I told you this story before. Like I took a chick out, we went to a restaurant. The broad couldn't read the menu, bro. She was asking for mild sauce, bro. Guess where we was at?
Well,
motherfucking Morton's. Who the fuck? How Morton's gonna have mouse?
Outside.
Come on, boy.
Was she from out west or was she from the south side?
South
bro.
side.
Bro.
She's from the south side.
She was from out west seas.
Oh man.
We took
She was from out west, man. She was from out west, man.
She must have went to Lane Tech.
A lie. I know. Don't do that, Greg. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Damn.
Don't do that. We not gonna go there. Don't do that. Lane Tech is full of beautiful, smart, intelligent, what else I could say? Kept women. Okay. We are not women. Yeah, we're not loose in these streets. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I'll be damned.
Anyway,
is your power finna go out, Tease? Like you finna shut down? Like you finna?
I got 2 more questions for y'all, and we gonna wrap it up.
You just said that shit, and that didn't sound completely accurate, but okay.
That was definitely accurate. But anyway, as I was getting ready to say, so this the last question. Does body counts? Does a woman body count matter?
No.
No. Not to no.
I see some hesitation with Greg.
Because let me just say this. Let me just say this. Because every dude, just keep it real. Because every dude got that one number. If she tell you that number, you're gonna be fucking disappointed if it's the number you don't want it to be. So I just don't ask. So no, it don't matter to me.
Okay, and I'm gonna my bad, Greg. I know you finna. Let me get this out here. Good. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. We all got high school and college days. What's good for the goose, good for the gander.
Okay.
But if the goose tell you 67, what do you do, bro?
That's why you don't ask. That's why you don't ask, Mike.
But my thing is, okay, if she
especially if you like her, don't ask. Don't ask.
Okay, even asking. My thing is, if she asks your true, and you look like you a nigga that got whatever, you did. She asks your true number, and she say 67.
Yikes!
What you gonna say?
Yikes! What are you doing with your life?
Like, what was you doing with yours? Because I bet yours was 67. I bet yours was higher than 67.
Were you in a bind with Nate? Like what?
It's not exactly the number, but it's the reputation that follows you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a high number, like you weren't just out here where everybody know your business and everybody could speak the truth about your business. But if you got a high number and you got a great reputation out here in these streets, it doesn't
explain.
matter.
Explain what you mean by great reputation.
She's a socialite, but go ahead, Greg.
Exactly what Corey said.
Okay,
like,
so
wait. Rewind.
It's a red flag.
If people don't, all right, put it like this, Latice. If people don't respect you enough to share with their boys and share with everybody that they've been smashing you, then like that creates a bad reputation because you're not respectable. You know what I'm saying? If you're respectable and you got a high number,
what would make her not respectable?
You tell me. If you a girl that somebody talk about banging, you're not respectable because everybody done told their boys that they've been.
But guys tell anyway.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay. Y'all be believing that. No,
they don't tell everybody.
No.
I observe. I have a lot of guy friends, and I observe.
You need to start hanging with some more deacons.
Please, I'm gonna tell you this. We talk about the ones that ain't our girls,
or that we don't respect,
The
ones that respect you. Like I'm not about to tell everybody and their mama I slept with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
That's
crazy.
the shit that come out at your 20-year class reunion. Oh, you was
Or
fucking
don't.
her too.
Or doesn't at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got that kind of agreement and you got that kind of respect for her
Yeah.
not wanting everybody to fucking know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that guys would, you know, would just be at the bar and saying, you know, yeah, I slept with her. I'm saying that, you know, guys do talk. Like, and
But
maybe you don't
but
tell
you
everybody,
ask-
but
you
you do
specifically
tell.
ask what makes it respectable. You know what I'm saying? You ask like what makes it respectable, and what makes it respectable is if your name isn't deep in the streets amongst everybody. You know?
Exactly. Think about it this way, because if a number was out of the equation, if that conversation never happened, and what Greg is saying, if your reputation precedes you, then I don't even need a number.
Like if so, okay, so like if somebody, okay, so what if a situation where it's just so happened you in the same room with somebody that the girl slept with, right? And then or maybe it's an old friend of yours you didn't know, and you just start. I mean, he didn't know you were dating her or whatever, and you brought her around, and or she was somewhere and be like, oh, that's shorty with the, you know, man, that's, you know, with the mouth or whatever y'all say or whatever. Would that would matter to you? Like that means she's a whore?
No.
No.
Okay for me, and this is just my take on it.
Because guys say that. I've seen it.
I mean, it happens. I'm not saying that it does not happen.
It's a guy that's out here that does it in
Depends
front
on
of
who says it.
that
Depends on who
like
says it.
he weak.
Mike, I agree with you 100%.
I agree, Greg.
And I agree with you, Greg. But you have to, like, for me, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Because if a chick tell me she had a body count of 67, it's like, all right, as long as you don't have 68 at this point, I'm cool because I know what my body count is.
That's a rough life.
That's just so unfair.
But it's not a rough life. It's not a rough life because at the end of the day, I know for a fact I didn't bang 67 other chicks. So you wasn't one of them, but shit, you did your thing like I did mine. So who am I to
So
say?
as long as so let me just I'm gonna close it by saying this. So just to clarify, y'all make sure I'm right. So as long as it don't matter if she was in those streets, as long as everybody in the streets
Ain't talking.
ain't talking.
Exactly.
Because
they would
like Greg
respect her.
said, she could be so cold with it. She could be in the streets, but niggas ain't saying
But
nothing.
you can't control what a dude say. You can't control him
Yes, you
not
can.
talking.
Yes,
How?
you can by earning his respect.
You should
That's
have
how you do
respect
it.
for anybody you're sleeping with.
I can control not wife.
You should have respect
How
automatically.
about that? I can control not making her my woman, but I can hit. But she ain't gonna be my woman.
This is a double standard, but okay. No problem. I get it. This is a man's world. I get it. All right. So as we close out, y'all go around the table. Just give ladies just a word of advice or a life lesson when it comes to relationships that you would say that would be a good little nugget for women to know.
Okay,
JB?
I'll start off. If you for real committing and trying to be like exclusive and progress to marriage at some point, both y'all do individual counseling.
Okay. That's what's up. Mike.
Don't try too hard.
And when you say don't try too hard, like in
Let it
what
flow,
way?
man. I know, and everybody, since we're talking about women have milestones and shit that they try to reach as far as when relationships are involved. Just don't try to reach it. Don't try to reach it. Let it happen. Let it organically happen. If it's the guy for you, it'll happen. But when you force it, that's when shit go left. So don't try too hard.
Tenfold. That's some good shit.
Greg?
Don't listen to y'all own girls.
Big fan.
For real, because they might have your best interest at heart, but like they probably don't even be making the right decision. So don't listen to them. Like just listen to your own instincts. Like if you want him, go get him. Don't fuck what she's saying. Like because like she not in your shoes, she not you. Stop listening to your own girls. They lead y'all down terrible path.
That's dope, Greg. That's dope.
Moses, what you got for the ladies?
Less teeth, more shaft. No. Mine is
He wasn't raised like this, y'all. I know for a fact he wasn't raised like
seriously. Mine is
Oh,
ladies, don't let loneliness cause you to make bad decisions.
Okay, elaborate, bro. Like in bad decisions, like what?
Like, I understand that everybody wants to be with somebody, everybody wants to have a companion, but don't let that time of you being lonely make you make a bad decision with somebody who doesn't deserve your time or doesn't deserve your energy, your spirit, things like that.
Okay.
good.
Well, I would say on behalf of the ladies, I definitely enjoyed this conversation. I know all y'all personally, so it's easy to talk to y'all. But I think some ladies don't have the privilege like I have for y'all to be my close friends. And I can talk to y'all tell me anything and do it raw and uncut. So that's why we wanted to talk with the men, because ladies do, we want to hear, we want to see, understand, better. So we appreciate y'all being honest. And anybody else that's watching, if you haven't, make sure you guys like and you subscribe and you share. The episode will be up tomorrow, so y'all can watch it and pass it on. But yeah, I thank y'all good brothers for this good conversation.
I appreciate y'all inviting me. Like it was definitely a shock to me. Like I'm like, okay, like
well, like I said, y'all, I don't know if most, I can't remember if I said it in the beginning, but we're gonna be doing one live show a month. And so next month, ladies gonna be on. It's gonna be ladies' night. So y'all brothers, y'all could be in the comments chiming in like as they do it for y'all. So
because the following month we got to do a co-ed, so we can kind of go.
Oh yeah, we do. That's
so we can go back and forth.
That's what's on the agenda.
I mean, since I'm here and we having the conversation, is there a time limit? Like, is there like a time restriction? Like, or I mean, I know we all got lives and we got shit to do, so I'm not trying to be
I don't know when it used to be an hour for you to be able to stream to like YouTube and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's even still going. I think Facebook is still going, but
Facebook's still going.
I'm not sure. So, but yeah, I'll find out. But like I said, it's our first one. So
I appreciate you brothers for jumping on, man. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Hey Corey, just one. Right on, brother.
Yeah, I know, man. Good luck to your guys tonight. Good luck to your guys, man. I appreciate. Hey, listeners, make sure y'all subscribe to some of that podcast. We're on IG. Follow that page. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, and I got a question. I do have a question real quick before we get. Hey, can we do this all on all in person one day and just have all our cameras like in a round table with the cigars and the?
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
We're gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.